Automation nation, automation nation, automation nation, around the nation, automation nation, automation nation, automation nation, around the nation, around the nation, around the nation.
Welcome to the Automation Nation podcast, the show for business leaders, tech aficionados, and those who are just simply curious about where technology and business are going. Automation Nation is your gateway to understanding automation, AI, and the future of business. Don't get left behind. Tune in now and subscribe for more. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back for another Automation Nation conversation and have another great guest. Always have great guests. I think I'm biased, Tony. I think I might be slightly biased around here, but it's okay.
I'm part of the group.
I feel like I get a chance to have the most dynamic conversations, but also I call them needle movers too, because sometimes it's just the right information at the right time that gives you just the insight you need to change the game. And my guest last week, Heidi, did something like that, a little tiny nudge in something, and somehow increased 300% in ROI and all this good stuff, like one slight change. So I know you have a bunch of these ideas, and I can't wait to hear the kind of experience you've been having, Tony. I'm going to share a little bit of your bio here from LinkedIn. So as a chief commercial officer at Origin AI, a high-tech startup that provides AI solutions for various industries. He leads sales, marketing, and go-to-market initiatives and partnerships to drive revenue growth and customer satisfaction. He focuses on revenue growth and customer satisfaction. And so we think about sales, we think about AI, we think about solutions. We want to think about revenue growth and customer satisfaction because that's retention. That is literally the ingredient. So, Tony, thank you for being here. Anyone, of course, you can follow Tony. Go click on his name down in the comments. You can ask a question. If you have a question anytime during this conversation, please don't hesitate. Welcome to the show, Tony.
Rob, thank you. It's great to be here. I appreciate the opportunity.
Well, like I said in the opening, I think it is an opportunity for anyone who is in earshot of this, because I know we're going to talk about something that's going to be beneficial, because what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen, is we talk about things that have been done that have created something called quantifiable results, which is outcome. And then you can then map your own activity to that. Oh, it's so fun. It's so fun when you can see somebody else's win and then see how you could win the same way, Tony.
That's right.
So before we kick this thing off, we're powered by Simply Automate. We ask all our guests this question. Man, if you could simply automate one thing in your personal life, what would it be?
Automate one thing in my personal life. I think it's manage my calendars so I'm not double and triple and quadruple booked.
Another calendar one, huh?
Automatically move things around for me. So every Sunday I got to go in and look at the week and see what's double booked, triple booked, and emails. Can we move this and that? I'd love to be able to do that.
That sounds like a Tony ChatGPT Google Calendar app.
Yeah.
They already know your schedule and understand what you're trying to accomplish. I think that's around the corner. It might already be here. We just don't see it.
The thing about it is that I tend to, want to personally respond to these people because I'm asking them to move their time. And I want to have a personal email to them, say, hey, listen, Rob, sorry, here's what happened. Please, can we move this around, and try to make it more personal than some kind of robotic thing. You know what I mean? So maybe that's my own issue. Maybe I need to become a little bit more like a robot, but that's why I have to do my own thing with it.
I get it, man. I get it. It's all good. Let's jump in here, man. So let's talk about AI and how it's changed the landscape, man, of B2B and SaaS sales. What have you seen, and maybe just give some insight on this?
Well, I mean, look, AI is becoming part of our normal life now, and whether you're talking about using it, now schools are looking at it and saying, are these students using AI? And it's starting to infiltrate and become part of what we do every day. But as it relates to Origin AI and what we do, it's about verifying human presence in an area, in a home, for example, and making sure that people are there or they're not there. They should be there. They shouldn't be there. And what's going on? Like, are they moving around? Are they still, or whatever? And as time goes on, and our engines, we call them, our engines become smarter, more data into them. In the future, we can use AI to, constantly improve the performance of our system.
Yeah, that's it. What? Let's talk about some of the improvements. I mean, so first of all, let's talk about Origin for a second. How long have you been on the earth, right? And then let's talk about maybe your greatest win so far. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Great. Thank you. Origin has been around since 2012. Dr. Ray Liu, who was our chairman of our board, who invented the technology called Wi-Fi sensing, which I'll tell you what that is. He wrote a textbook on it, in fact. He, from 2012 to about 2018, 19, he and his data scientists really baked the technology, brought it to reality. Then our CEO came in, Spencer Maid, who started to commercialize the technology. Then, Spencer and I have known each other. I came in, and now we have a team that we're commercializing and basically growing it as a business in terms of Wi-Fi sensing. So I've been at Origin. Origin's been around since 2012. I have been in Origin since 2000, now going on 3 years, right? So what is Wi-Fi sensing? Wi-Fi sensing basically is using the Wi-Fi signal in your home, whoever you get your Wi-Fi signal from. We know Wi-Fi is a ubiquitous part of our lives. Using the Wi-Fi signal in your home, and then you're going to be able to, our system, our AI technology will be able to understand and quantify what's going on in that home. Let me explain. If it's macro motion, like you're jumping up and down, we can see that. Why? Because as you move and I move through Wi-Fi, the Wi-Fi waves are disturbed like water. We can quantify those disturbances to say Rob is having some kind of macro motion. He's walking, moving, doing jumping jacks. Or Rob, all the way down to Rob is sleeping, because when you sleep, your torso moves up and down as you're breathing. That also disrupts the Wi-Fi signals, and then we can contextualize that. So that is what Wi-Fi sensing is, verifying human presence in an area, in a home, in a small, medium business, right? And, the biggest wins that we've had with Origin right now, and in particular, is we're a B2B business, the partnerships with these large companies across the globe, right? That not only are selling our product, but they're investing in us too as a startup. Verizon, Verisure. Verisure is a company you may not have heard of. Verisure is the largest security company in Europe, number 2 to ADT in the world. And then soon to be other companies that are going to join the fold in terms of revenue, like Deutsche Telekom in Europe, Alarm.com in the US. So all these companies, not only have we signed commitments with them to sell our product, but some of them are actually investors. So the biggest win for us is having our customers say, hey, you know what? I love this so much. I want to invest in the company. These are massive wins for us. And these are big, big names.
That's big. Yeah, definitely. Having customers is great, but when you have your customers invest, that's even greater. We'll take that. Let's talk about maybe some automation and how you're using it to help with this customer retention. Because I know you have elements of automation I think automation is very important, but there's obviously a human in the loop that has to be there. We got to have that human touch. But as much as we can keep our hands off of,
right,
the better. So,
right.
Why don't you speak to that a little bit?
Let's look at some use cases like you were talking about earlier, Rob. Let's talk about lighting. Historically, you had to come in and turn a light bulb on. right? Or now you can, if you want, you can get a smart plug, buy it, and it connect it to a Google or an Alexa, and you can ask it to turn on the light. So you're still involved. Like you're saying, get the human out of it. What you just said is very, very important. Get us out of it completely to automate, which is exactly what you guys are talking about and what you talk about in terms of simply automate. Imagine having 2 bulbs with our technology in it. You can put those bulbs in a lamp or whatever in a room, and those bulbs create a sensing zone around them. Imagine a big zone that's a sensing zone. Within a half a second, when a human being or somebody walks into that sensing zone, within a half a second, those lights will turn on. And then you can set on the app when you want to turn off those light bulbs. If it doesn't sense in 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 20 minutes, whatever, it'll automatically turn off. That's a perfect example of removing the human from the an automation. Another one, if you don't mind, I'll give you a second one.
Yeah.
What about, I have Ecobee. I have a smart thermostat here in my house, right? Great product, great company. But in order for them to know what's going on, they have to have infrared sensors that you put around the house that sense motion. Now, what are infrared sensors? We all know, if you've been in a room that has infrared sensors, if you stay still enough in the room, those infrared sensors run the lights. If you stay still enough in the room, what happens to the lights? They'll turn off, right? They'll turn off, and you got to kind of do this to turn the lights back on, right? So right now, in terms of where they are in their technology roadmap, the smart thermostats companies rely on these infrared sensors to say, oh, there's a person in the house, keep the air on, keep the heating on, right? Imagine not needing that anymore if our technology is in the thermostat itself. You don't have to move around and get up and say, hey, yo, I'm still here. Keep the air or the heat on. We will know, we will verify human presence. We will know there's a person there, whether you're up and walking or whether you're sleeping, that to keep the air or the heat on. So 2 examples to quote you that is so awesome and profound, Rob, of how you remove the human from automation.
That's big. Because when you remove the human when you remove the human, then the human can do things of more value, and they're more interested in doing that, and they're happier, and everything works. Everything kind of works better too, because there's no errors too. So that's nice, man. That's nice.
That's right.
Another nice term I like to talk about, and you like to talk about, is going to market strategies. And so let's talk about that and integrate. Automation is a part of everything, but let's talk about how you prefer, maybe how you teach and coach to execute this
in terms of go to market, right, Rob?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So look, when you have a technology that's new, okay, first you got to get customers. We've been very blessed that we've got customers. We've got them. We've got some very big names that believe in us. We covered that already. But then you've got to actually, getting the contract signed is a big deal, but it's step number 1 in many steps, right? And then you've got to launch the product. You've got to integrate your product into, we're B2B, by the way, right? We don't sell direct to consumers. We're business to business. So we had to integrate our product into Verizon's routers and integrate our products into Verishore's and Alarm.com systems, right? Their security systems. And that takes time. And what we're finding is we're finding ways within the development process to automate or shrink that process so it's not as painful, so we can speed things up and not have as many people involved. I don't want to get into any more than that about that in terms of our development cycle, but you're right. Even the go-to-market strategy, you've got to, well, obviously any business, right? You need to shrink your time to value from when your customer says yes until you get the first dollar in revenue, right? We're all businesses, and we're all trying to increase our revenue. But automating the go-to-market process is very important in terms of taking time out. We've done a lot of that with our customers as we've learned, as more and more customers come in, because these big customers, Rob, they're big companies, man. And big companies come with a lot of big processes, and processes take time. So we've done our best to absolutely take as much time of that out and automate as much of that as possible.
That's good. And so you're taking care of the external. Now let's talk about the internal. That's sales and marketing. You know, how do we get those guys and gals to work well together? And well, maybe what are some things that have worked well for you and your team, and you leading the way?
Yeah. So there, as well as I do, you're going to have humans involved, right? And the funny thing is, as a company grows, you've got to have the processes to make sure you can sustain that growth and deliver to your customers' needs and excel, make your customers feel like you excel their needs, right? So for us, in terms of sales, marketing, customer success, we have had to make sure that we are aligned and make sure that we set up systems and processes, which really automate, right? The communication between us. For example, I can go into our CRM and look at every meeting that's happened with every customer, who was there, why, and CRMs and that kind of thing. Those kind of systems definitely automate, definitely allow you to communicate freely without tying up your day with meetings. And that way you can easily, move along through any and all customer relationships and make sure sales, engineering too, by the way, your technical team and customer success are aligned. If you're not aligned with your engineering team in terms of execution, you're going to fall on your face, and that's for sure. So aligning with our engineering team, and we do have one weekly meeting we call a customer alignment meeting. You're going to have that to make sure each person responsible with the customer is going through their what's going on to make sure communication is clear. But all the data, all the notes and the actions and this and that, automate that. Put that somewhere where all we can do, I don't have to call you and say, hey, Rob, how'd the meeting go? What do you think? Blah, blah, blah. I can just go there to whatever CRM is there, read it, and move on,
That's good. What's a perfect day look like?
Perfect day. Well, get a customer to have a success, start saying customers saying, oh my God, we're B2B. So our customers sell to their customers.
Right.
Have them say, we close another customer. We are moving along with launching your technology. Another 100,000 homes, which we just had a milestone, have our security system with your technology in it. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's like compounding interest. That 100,000 is going to become 1 million really fast. And so that's a successful day saying, hey, we're moving along. Our technology is farther out there. More and more people are adopting it. You can't beat a day like that, my man.
Ooh, you can't. And so I like this thing called future pacing. If you could future pace, like for example, you think about what the future will look like based off your expectation, right? If you can, I want you to go ahead and future pace 5 years from now. What is Origin doing?
5 years from now, Origin will be in Wi-Fi is already in your house. We already know that. Origin will be on top of your Wi-Fi, and Origin will be able to understand and tell the homeowner, who's there, who's not, who should be there, who shouldn't be. Is everybody okay? It'll be tied to your security system of your home. My parents are aging. They live with me. It's more and more the norm. Are your parents okay? If they're not living with you, are they okay? And they could be across the world, right?
Yeah.
And you can do that all with very high privacy, with data that's not shared outside of you, and data that is on the edge, so it can't be hacked. And it's almost like the guardian of your home for health and automation and everything else.
Wow. That's wonderful. That's a bright future there, man. I like that. All right. So we're coming in for a landing here. Well, I want to get your best piece of business advice and your favorite quote. All right.
Best piece of business advice, again, as it relates to talking to your customers, listen to them. Listen to what they're saying. Don't go right for your product. Here are my features, blah, 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 blah. Listen to them. understand the financial challenge that their problem is causing, quantify it, work with them, understand, and then you come back and say, Mr. Customer, I understand, Rob, I understand your problem. You think it's worth this much. It's causing you these kind of headaches. It's keeping you up at night. Let me tell you how my product is going to solve those problems so that there's ROI for you immediately, right?
Like that.
That's number one. And look, my favorite quote, sometimes it seems like it comes off as a negative, but it's not. It's not. It's a matter of making sure that you are clean your mindset and you're aligned with the world. Life is difficult. Life is going to be difficult. Life is not an easy ride. So accept it. Accept it, deal with it, love it, embrace it, and move forward. Because I think in today's world, a lot of people struggle with the difficulties in life, and it's unfortunate. All the mental health issues we're having in the world, it's just tragic to see. But life is difficult. And once you accept that and say, you know what, it's not a negative tone. It's more of a positive tone that you can just say, I'm going to be able to solve these problems and move on.
I like that, man. That's called radical acceptance.
There you go. That's right.
I like that. I've actually vowed to that. This is actually my year of radical acceptance. It's funny you're saying that. Every year I have a theme, and this year is radical acceptance. And you're right. The quicker you accept the thing, the quicker you can find and understand the change for the thing.
And the quicker, that's right. And I love radical acceptance. And the quicker to say, you know what? All right, I'm not surprised. All right. Yeah, hey, we got something going on. Sure, as a human, there are going to be times you're like, man, can more stuff go wrong? Whatever. You know how life is, right?
Right.
My kids both had COVID here last week, right? And you're like, you have to manage that. They don't feel good. You got to make them feel better. And then you got school. But these are the things that come up in life every day, day in, day out. And you just got to manage it and try to step back from it and say, okay, deep breath, let's go. My wife is very, very good at that.
That's good stuff, man. I love it. Tony, what's the best way for folks to get in touch with you, contact with you, and anything else you want people to know?
Well, come visit Origin at originwirelessai.com. Hit our website. Our technology is outstanding. We are the leaders. Hit me on LinkedIn, Tony Nicolaitis. Love to talk to anybody who has any questions. I love talking about Wi-Fi sensing and technology. And, if you need me, reach out to me anytime.
There you go, folks. There you have it. Another great Automation Nation conversation. Tony, thanks for being here.
Rob, I love it. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
You got it.
Automation Nation, Automation Nation, Automation Nation, around the nation. Automation Nation, Automation Nation, Automation Nation, around the nation, around the nation, around the nation.
That's great, Tony.
What'd you think, man?
Yeah, man. That's fantastic, man. Fantastic.
I appreciate the opportunity. Radical acceptance, dude. I love it.
Hey, yeah, man. I like how you flow, man. I like how you flow. We're in the same alignment.
Love it, dude. Love it. When do you think you'll be out?
Say it again.
When do you think the podcast will be out?
Oh, this will be out. I'll probably put it up on Sunday. Be ready for Monday.
Send me an email if you don't mind, so we can blast it through our channels too.
Oh, you got it, man. You got it. And I'll also tag you with the clips. So as soon as we connect on LinkedIn, let me see if we should be connected now, right? Let me see. I think we are now.
Let me see.
Nope, not yet. What the heck?
All right. As soon as you send it to me, I'll definitely accept.
Yeah, I just sent it. I just sent this now. Yep, we'll do that, and I'll tag you, and we'll keep it moving.
Rob, thanks, man. Have a great day, bro. Talk to you later.
You too, man.
Cheers.
Bye. Oh wow, we're still live, actually. I thought we're still live. That's hilarious. Hey everyone, we haven't left yet. I thought the stream ended. Well, everyone, until next time, I'm gonna leave for real now. Take care.